gosh, look at my sim. I awkwardly had to send her to like stand out of the way so that I could build. Listen, this is what I'm going to tell myself. You can see her money going up right here. I'm going to tell myself that she inherited this house. That she inherited this house and she inherited a little bit of money. And that's how this is happening. And that's how a like 18, 19-year-old, which is the equivalent of a young adult, like a day one young adult in The Sims, that's where you are. So and also I suck at building. So don't start. Don't start with me. Like I really, 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 really suck at it. I kind of love decorating. I hate building houses. I like decorating until I'm over it. I am not the biggest fan of creating Sims. I'm more of a gameplay bitch. You know what I mean? Like I love getting into the thick of like actually playing the game. But I'm not good at building houses. I just decorate the shit out of the inside and the outside of them until like you can't tell. Until you just can't tell how like bad they look. You know what I mean? Like I don't think, yeah, no, I didn't do any landscaping in this video just for time. Like it would have taken a really, really long time. The video would end up being like excessively long, or I would have had to like speed it up to the point that it would make you sick to watch it. And just so everybody is aware, I can't see myself right now. I'm filming in OBS, but I cannot see myself because I don't have a second monitor from my MacBook. So I have no idea what I look like. I have no idea if I can see a little dot on my screen letting me know that I am in fact filming. But I have no idea what I look like. So that's really good. And don't say anything about my build because it does suck. It does suck. We're not so much concerned about the outside of the house as we are the inside of the house. And here's the thing, and like maybe somebody can tell me if this is a thing or not. So in The Sims 3, and I think maybe in The Sims 2 as well, but I'm not really sure. If your like house didn't have a lot of windows, your sim would get a negative mood buff for like it being too dark in the room. So when I'm building in The Sims 4, I always put like an excessive amount of windows in every room. And that's because I'm so used to playing. Like I was a Sims 3 player for years. I resisted The Sims 4 for a really long time until they like added more shit to do. I didn't want to play it. I didn't really like how you like there wasn't really much to do when you left your house. But also I don't know if this is the part where I add this wallpaper. Yeah, I love this wallpaper. It reminds me of like an eccentric elderly woman who has like a large colorful bird is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like an old woman who would wear like very puffy jackets, like furry jackets with like pointy glasses and pink hair, you know, who has a very large colorful bird. And I love it. A lot of people think it's tacky. I think if you dress it up enough, it's pretty, you know. Anyway, so I end up putting like an excessive amount of windows in all of my rooms, and I don't actually know if that's like a thing that I need to do in The Sims, but I do it anyway. And here's the thing. I also struggle a lot with like wanting to use the same wallpapers over and over and over again. I always want to use the wallpapers from the spooky stuff pack, but I feel like it's very like it's too much. Like I have the too much gene, and for me it's too much. So that's telling. Like honestly, that's telling. If somebody with the way too fucking much gene thinks that something is too much, it is too much. But I always want to use it. I always try to, like you can see me right here, like I want to use it. I can't. Like I just can't. So I end up usually recycling through the wallpapers from the vampire pack and from the vampire pack, and what else is that? Shit, I don't know. Any of the ones with bats, I'll take them. All Crystal Creations. Anyways, I was going to tell you guys something though about the window thing. So I don't know if I should confess this, and I guess I'll go ahead and do it because it kind of makes me sound like a psychopath. But if you've watched any of my other Sims content, that kind of already makes me look pretty deranged anyways, like by itself. You can't do this in The Sims 4 because in The Sims 4, if you leave your house any Sims that are in your house that are not like household members leave with you. Like they don't leave, they don't like go with you, like go where you're going, but they exit your home. When I would play The Sims 3, I was like a mass killer. Like I'm not even joking you. I would have these like parties and like invite every townie over, like even ones that I didn't know. There was like a cheat for like forcing people to come to your house. And I would like delete the door. That's a sprinkler system, by the way, if you ever wonder what that is. So that if your fire alarm goes off, instead of your Sims standing there screaming their head off while the rest of your kitchen catches on fire and potentially they do and die, or you're not waiting for the damn fire department to show up for 2 hours, you can get a sprinkler system. It's on the back there and it'll go off if it detects fire. But anyways, a lot of people don't know that. What the hell that is. It honestly took me years to figure it out too. But doesn't it look so cute once you decorate it up? Like once you zhuzh up the space a little bit. I love that wallpaper. Anyways, I think it's part of decor, or it might. I don't think it's part of decor to the max. I'm not sure which pack it's part of, but I love it. Anyways, is it luxury party? I'm not sure. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I would invite, like, I would like force, like use this cheat to like force townies over to my house. And I would like throw these really, really wild, like large parties and delete the door. And by the time that my Sims would like die, and I always had my Sim be single and childless. And if I like ended up with a child, it was like sheerly by accident. But I never, in The Sims 3, like hardly ever left my house unless it was like to go down to the beach. If I like bought front property and would go down like fish or something. But anyways, but like by the time that my Sim would die, their house would be so haunted that they would be like going crazy because everything was possessed. Like they couldn't eat because the stove was possessed. They couldn't sleep because their bed was like floating in the air possessed. Their toilet was like floating in the air possessed. They were being like psychologically tortured by all of the Sims that they had like killed in their house. I would like play and replay this storyline over and over and over again in The Sims 3. And I can't do that in The Sims 4 because I never stay. I like hardly ever am home. I used to be home all the time, and then I don't know what happened, like within the last like year or so of me playing, I excessively leave my house. I also have BB.move objects on here. It bothers me how far out the table right here comes from the wall, but I think it looks awkward directly up against the wall, and if I move it back because I have BB.move objects on, it clips through the wall. I actually wasn't sure if BB.move objects was actually working, which is supposed to be a cheat code to make it so that you can sit shit wherever you want. I thought it for a minute there that like it wasn't working, but then my shit was clipping through the wall. So I was like, okay, it is. And the living room was one of the funnest areas for me to actually decorate, and I don't care that the furniture doesn't match because I think it's so cozy. And I'm not one of those people, like, for some reason in The Sims, the most comfortable objects tend to be the most like corny, tacky, like whatever objects in the game, with like the worst swatches and the most expensive. The most expensive part makes sense. And I'm one of those Sims players that like cares more about the comfort of my Sim than the aesthetic of like the room. You know what I mean? Like if I am going to buy like a really expensive bed because it's comfortable, I'm going to get it in a swatch that meets the aesthetic that I want. But like I'm gonna buy the bed regardless of whatever. But there's so many Sims players that like don't care about the comfort of the object. They just care about what it looks like. I'm trying to become one of those Simmers. I'm trying to become one of those Simmers that like doesn't care if an object has like my couch only has 3 comfort. They just buy it because it's cute. So that's basically the approach that I took here with my, because like this little couch over here, the black one with the pillows that we can see on the screen right now, it's so cute. I think it's from Book Nook. It is so cute, but I never use it because it's not the most comfortable couch in the game. I'm trying to let go of that shit. I'm trying to let go of that shit. Because, like, what's the worst that happens if your sim sits on a couch that doesn't have, like, the maximum comfort? They get a negative mood buff for a little bit. And they don't always get one, too. And also, I love these pictures. I need to pay attention because what is that? What is that pack that it comes from? And that one comes from Paranormal Stuff. Guys, when I tell you, I see people all the time in Sims groups making like tier list packs, like pack tier lists, or like saying like what packs they feel like are good, bad, useless, whatever. Paranormal Stuff is always on like would never buy, or least use. It has some of the cutest fucking decor of the game. And that's something that a lot of like sim YouTubers agree on. And I don't tend to agree a lot with a lot of Sims YouTubers. I love Paranormal Stuff. I love Paranormal Stuff. I love the Paranormal Stuff pack. Maybe it's because like I swing between, there's like 3 different types of aesthetics that I do in The Sims. Like I love like doing a goth aesthetic. I love doing like an all pink Barbie aesthetic. And then I also love doing like a hippie-ish aesthetic, like a more earthy, like lots and lots of like maroons and yellows and browns. And that is the type of shit that is in it. But also it has stuff like, it has like a seance table where you can get Bo and Hilda, and like a paranormal investigator career. Like, you think that's boring? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? It's like everybody, like, people don't buy the werewolf pack. Also, I'm living in Moonwood Mill. I don't know if I told you guys that. I'm living in Moonwood Mill, which is the werewolf pack. A lot of people don't own the werewolf pack. Right? Like, what? Listen, occult Sims in this game are so severely unloved. They're so underappreciated and so severely unloved. Also, I'm using the new artist studio thing pack. I don't know the name of it yet. I can't. And also, I desperately wanted to be able to use this wallpaper from the Spooky Stuff pack. I desperately wanted to be able to use it, but I couldn't. It just was clashing too much. I just think that solid color looks so much better. But like those pictures, that collage of pictures and like the easel and stuff that I just put down, those are all from the new pack. I can't think of what it's called. It's brand new. It literally just came out on the 19th and it's the 24th. And it was my first time touching it. So this is like a little sunroom studio. I don't know what other people call it, but like where I'm from, we call little rooms like this sunrooms, which is just like a room in your house that is just full of windows. And a lot of people put like dining room tables in there and lots of plants and stuff like that. And every time that I build one of these, I either make it like an indoor greenhouse, like a greenhouse that's like attached to my house, or like a little studio where I'll put like an easel or like a YouTube studio or like the computer or something like that. I actually feel like I kind of messed up a little bit, and you'll find out like towards the end. I'm trying to clutter up. I spend so much time in this build looking for clutter because I haven't played, like I haven't like built a house in a couple of weeks, so I'm starting to like forget where shit is. I need to remember I want that hand from the paranormal pack upstairs for my bedroom, for my thingy, my dresser. I remember, like, I went back and I watched my video and I was like, wow, I forgot to do a lot. I forgot to do a lot of cluttering, but I just decided to not do it. I haven't done it yet. I might film it, or I might like sneak it into a vlog or something to show you guys how I finish it. But I severely like need to do more cluttering. I know there's a lot of people that don't like clutter in The Sims because they don't like clutter in real life, but I think you can tell I'm a lot of it of a maximalist. I like my space. I like to feel like I'm in a nest. I like to feel like a little gerbil. I like to feel like a rabbit. I like to feel like I'm like in my little whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'm in my own element when I am surrounded by stuff, but I also like it has to be like organized, you know what I mean? And also it can't be like dusty or anything like that because of my lungs. Just it can't be. I like a lot of things, but I like clutter, but I don't like mess. Does that make sense? If you know, you know. If you're a maximalist, you know. I had a really hard time cluttering the shelf, and I also like felt kind of rushed about it because I spent 3 hours. I did this, and I might have already said it, or I might have said it in the last take that I did of this, but I did 3 different sessions of this, 1 hour each, and sped them up. I hate the rugs in this game. I hate the rugs in this game when I'm going for like a specific aesthetic because they end up clashing really badly, but that is like a me problem, you know what I mean? Like that when I'm doing like a pink roux like aesthetic or like an earthy aesthetic, I don't have as hard of a time as I do whenever I'm using like my wallpapers from like the vampires pack. It's mine. You can't use it. You can't have it. It's mine. I'm kidding, by the way. And also, like, I always make my floors, when I do things like this, I tend to make my walls dark, which absorbs light. I tend to make my floors lighter to kind of like balance it out a little bit, so that actually when I put a lamp in a room, it lights the fucking room up, which is a problem that I have. And please don't explain to me, guys. Please don't sit there and adult iPad kid me about how black absorbs light. And I know that you guys are probably sitting there thinking like, nobody's gonna do that. Oh bitch, will they? Oh bitch, will they? One time, and this was like 2 years ago, and I will never forget it. I made a video doing like a clothing haul, and I'm talking in the video about how like I cannot believe how like high the cost of clothing has gotten, even for like discount places like Walmart and shit like that. Somebody in my comment section broke down for me the cost of raw materials to like explain to me why my clothes were more expensive than they used to be. So when I sit here and I'm like, please don't adult iPad kid me about why the things are happening the way that they're happening, it is in reference to that. I literally, also, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this space. I put a dining table in there and like a bookshelf. I swear to God, I'm one of those simmers that's like empty corner, plant, empty corner, chair, empty corner, have a bookshelf. I just can't leave spaces alone. And I feel like it's just slowly getting worse with time. I feel like it's just like my excessive need to clutter shit is just getting like worse and worse and worse with time. Sorry, I thought that I had brought my monster over here, but I only brought a water. My monster's across the room. I need a drink. My lips are dry, they're cracked. I need a drink. This is a point too where I'm kind of thinking that bb.move objects was not working like it was supposed to, because I was trying to put that plant by the door. I was kind of trying to do like a little half moment there, and it wouldn't let me, and it was making me mad, but I left it anyways. See, corner, put a shelf in it. Corner, try to fit a china cabinet in it. Like, I can't just leave things alone. And I used to be like a minimalist. I used to be like, oh, I have a stove and a bed, a computer, and a guitar. I think I'm good now. Like, I think that I will be okay now, guys. I think I'll be all right. Corner, plant. I have to take a drink. If I end up choking, nobody say anything, okay? And if I end up like spilling my water all over my keyboard and like breaking my MacBook, well, we'll know, because you'll never see this video, right? I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't do it. I also can't stop recording. I don't have a second monitor to like, I can hook my iMac to my MacBook. I'm just too lazy to learn how to do it so that I can use it as a second monitor. I'm just too lazy to learn how to do it. And also, like, sitting at my desk is not as comfortable as sitting in my bed. So, hello. Also, I think I desperately wanted something in this room to work, and had this moment where I like realized that it wasn't going to. Did I try to put like a chair or something? I also spent an excessive amount of time at one point in time looking for a rack there's like a rack that has coats on it that I wanted to put by the door that I couldn't find. I desperately wanted a chair to fit there. And I can't remember if I literally just did this yesterday. I literally just filmed myself doing this yesterday. I literally cannot remember if I successfully was able to squeak a chair in there or not. I think I just said fuck it and left it, and then realized that it was really dark in that corner and was like desperately trying to find something to put into that corner. A corner, have a plant. I was like desperately trying to find like a light to put over there because I felt like that corner was like really, really dark. And I don't know why, but I thought that like that neon light could work. All these little decorations from the spooky stuff, like the skeleton hands holding the candle, you put them in your house and they're so cute. But like if you put them in your house, your sim will like randomly get scared. Like if you put, there's a candy bowl in the game. If you put the candy bowl in the game, they'll randomly get a scared mood buff from the fucking candy bowl. It makes no sense whatsoever. Also, I got a little like big and brave, making my bathroom. And also, don't say shit about my window placement. I am more concerned about how the windows look on the inside than the outside because I need to make sure that my curtains work. I need to make sure that my curtains are not clipping through the wall. They're not clipping through the wall. And if I don't have BB move objects on, they won't go on at all if they don't have like a full square on both sides. So this is an example of me using the most expensive bed because it's most comfortable, even though it's not my favorite looking bed. I don't think it's a bad looking bed. It's just not like my favorite looking bed. Anyways, I got a little crazy with the upstairs. I was going to make the top of the sunroom a deck. Like I was gonna put like a hot tub and shit up there, and that may be something that I go back and do later. But I decided to put a roof on it later because it was the first time that I just watched a video. I can't remember when it was, and I can't remember exactly who it was that posted it, but they were trying like hacks from TikTok, like Sims for TikTok hacks. And one thing that they did was like making a walk-in shower. And as I'm talking about this, I'm realizing I did not change the flooring in the shower. So I need to go back and do that. We're not even building the bathroom right now. We're half-ass building a bedroom right now. I love this wallpaper. I love those curtains. I love that wallpaper. I love those curtains. They're like two of my favorites. But I'm just now realizing that I need to go back and I need to change, because like the flooring in my walk-in thingy it's wood. I'm not gonna have a wood floor in my new fucking walk-in shower. What the hell am I on? Why didn't I think I was just so proud of myself in the moment. Also, I didn't clutter up my dresser enough. And I'm not entirely sure that I want to keep that dresser that I'm cluttering right there. I'm not really entirely sure that I want to keep that dresser. There's like multiple really, really cute ones. See, I'm trying to use BB.move objects right here, and it's saying that it's on, and it's not. Like, there's no way that I can't put that little heart son of a bitch on my thing. There's no way that I can't not use that. You know what I mean? A corner, you get a chair. There's a corner there, you get a chair. Have a chair, corner. There's no way with BB.move objects on that I wouldn't be able to put a stuffed animal there. You know what I mean? Have a table. Have a chair. Have a treat. A table and a chair for the fucking corner. I excessively have to clutter shit, and I don't, even if I think it looks goofy, like I think that looks goofy, I had to do it anyway. It was something that I just, in my heart, I felt as if I really needed to do. I also tried to find those candles like multiple times in the game and couldn't find them, and also was struggling to find like multiple rugs that I wanted, but I was like, I'm wasting so much fucking time in this game looking for things like rugs and stuff. Screw it. And I ended up just like giving up and using a different one. I'm so excited about my bathroom. Let's move on to the bathroom. Let's move on to the bathroom. Let's move on to the bathroom. Okay, we're in my bathroom. A lot of people hate this wallpaper. I personally like it. I think I used it across the whole room. I think if you use it as an accent wall, it's also pretty. This is also another example of how I just like, I tried to drag my shower over it, like would it let me, and it was pissing me off. I tried to like drag it over and it just, oh, apparently it did let me. I'm just full of shit. This was the moment when I realized that I wanted to try something that I had never tried before. This was the moment that I decided I wanted to try to make a walk-in closet or a walk-in shower. And the thing is, like, this shower head doesn't have the most, like, the highest hygiene, whatever in it, which it bothers me. But I think it turned out really cute. I think it turned out pretty decent. See, why didn't I change the wood floors? Why did I not change the wood floors? And I tried to like make like a little seat in there so that like my sim could sit down and like brush their hair and shit in the room and like do their hygiene and stuff in the room. Like an all-in-one room with like a separate toilet. But I think I ultimately ended up giving up on that. I made that entire wall a mirror so that you could like shave and stuff in it and like see what you were doing. I also struggled a little more, like a lot more than I should have. Trying to find a fucking chair that matched this little vanity area that I was like making up in my head. I put like way too much thought into this. Like way too much thought into this as if my son's going to appreciate it. They won't, but I do. And I think ultimately that's all that matters. Like I put a little fucking, a little towel in there for them. Like I wish that there was like, there might be one in the game, but if there is, I can't find it because I have literally combed like everything, including debug for like a little handheld mirror. Even if it's not functioning for the sim, I want one. Like I fucking want one. And I know that I could probably get some CC for it, but I'm not using CC anymore other than like skin overlays and makeup. I don't like CC for like my house because I end up using way too much. You tell me why. You tell me why. In The Sims 4, a roll of toilet paper costs $50, but I can get a window for like 20. Is it a never-ending, not actually being used roll of toilet paper? Yeah. But I also think it's pretty fucked how they price a roll of toilet paper. $50. What are you on? You know, that's something that people complain about a lot in The Sims is the pricing makes no fucking sense. The price of things makes literally no sense. And also I was struggling a lot to find curtains for this room and I just ended up going with these ones, even though I'm not really a fan of like the accent color. So here's the thing. This sim, she's like 18, 19 years old. She's like 18, 19 years old. She just inherited this house, right? She inherited money. And she's out here living life. But here's the thing about her. And by her, I mean me. She wants a baby. Is she pregnant? No. Is she in a relationship where, like, a baby is a possibility? No, she doesn't even have, like, a boyfriend. Did I build her a nursery for a girl? Because we are gonna get pregnant and we are gonna have a girl. Yeah. Is that psychotic? Yeah. Could you imagine, like, going over to, like, somebody's house and you're like, because I thought about this, like, I was like, oh my God, all my bathrooms are upstairs. Could you imagine going over to somebody's house and you walk upstairs, they're like, can I go, or you're like, can I go to the bathroom? They're like, yeah, it's upstairs. And you open the wrong door and you walk in and there's a fully fucking furnished baby room, nursery, a fully furnished nursery. And they don't have a baby. They're not pregnant. They didn't lose a baby. They're just that fucking desperate for one. They're just that desperate for one. Isn't it giving the vibes of like, so this is all new, by the way. This is all from that brand new pack that got released, that has the baby objects in it. It has, can you see the black swatches? It has absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing swatches for like a goth baby. I had to put a little skeleton bear in there. But could you imagine taking a wrong turn in somebody's house and walking in and they have a fucking fully furnished, ready to go nursery? And you're like, and you're a dude and you're just like, I gotta go, my grandma just died. Doesn't it give the vibes of like those, when I lived in Florida, and I was pregnant, as one does when they're pregnant. You watch horror stories about pregnant women, as one does. And I saw this like true crime show that was talking about this lady that like made friends with like a pregnant woman and like found her address and shit via like a Babies R Us baby registry, and like went, like she was like pretending that she was pregnant, and she like went to her house and like cut the baby out of her, like as one does. Watch these things whenever they're pregnant. This is like this is giving the vibes of like somebody that would like kidnap a fucking pregnant woman and like tie her up in the basement. Like, it's terrifying. And I feel like just like the lighting and everything of this room, it almost, even though it's like it's got a door just the same as her room does. It's got the vibes of like a hidden, like a hidden room where she's just being crazy. But like the thing is, like, it is crazy. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? Listen, if she gets pregnant, I'm going to MC Command Center and make that child a girl. I miss my Barbie sim. I miss that she had 4 kids. I never thought that I would say that. I'm sorry, RIP, she disappeared into the bliss, her whole fucking, to the abyss. Her whole fucking family did. She had 4 kids. Her name was Barbie. All of her kids were named after different Barbie characters. It drove me nuts to play with her. I lost all my save files. I miss it. I miss it. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of this room that I am currently putting together, but I'm also thinking about building a basement in this house for my laundry. And also, I do believe once my sim gets pregnant, I will put the bassinet down there and not have the baby up in the room. Is this psychotic? It's giving that one song, you know, that song where she's like, all I wanna do is make love to you. You know what that song is about? It's about going out and sleeping with a man so he gets you pregnant and not wanting anything else to do with him. It's giving Ace of Base, all that she wants is another baby. Getting pregnant on purpose, but like bouncing because you don't give a fuck about staying with the dude, you just want a baby. That's what it's giving. Listen, why did my Barbie sim get pregnant like a fucking Mormon? Why did every time that sim looked at a man, she got pregnant? Like, excessively. The amount of MC Command Center pregnancies that ended is insane. But all of the Sims that I have played with after that, and all of my Barbie's Sims had different fucking baby dads. Like, she was out there doing it. She was living life, you know? Good for her. Good for her. Why is it none of my other Sims have gotten pregnant? Despite the fact that all of them like woohoo, and several of them are in relationships, none of them have gotten pregnant. And it's kind of heartbreaking. It's kind of heartbreaking. What if I psychotically change their fertility rate to high? I think the reason that I so desperately want one of my Sims to have a baby is because like they're not getting pregnant. Whereas I feel like if they would and I didn't want them to, I'd get fucking annoyed by it. You know what I mean? But I like how I'm like over here like talking about like my Sims' future children. Like, that's not psychotic in and of itself, but whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. I can't have any more babies. I have to live through my Sims, right? That's the whole point of it, right? And then I guarantee you they'll have a baby and I'll be like, no, what I'll end up doing is just logging in and playing with a different sim. By the way, she is in the same file as my other sims are. So she's going to be released into the wild, and absolutely every sim that she encounters will already have encountered my sims. So that's very fun. Also, I think I give her a YouTube studio because I am going to allow her to keep the money that is left over after she is done, after I'm done building this house. But it won't last forever. And then if she does end up getting pregnant, it will cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money in real life and in the game to raise a baby. And also, I'm not done decorating the house. I have to change the flooring in my damn bathroom. I have to do landscaping on the outside, and I have to clutter the house a little bit more. This was the moment when I was like, look how bad the fucking windows look. I don't care. I don't care, because you know what? They look fine from the inside, and ultimately that's all I give a shit about. This was the moment where I was like, I'm not even gonna bother making myself like a deck, like a balcony. I'm not even gonna bother with it because it just feels like too much work. I may later go back and do it because it'd be cool to like have a hot tub or whatever. But anyways, I'm really hoping for an occult sim. I'm really hoping I hope a big strong werewolf doesn't come along and make me smitten, and or a big strong vampire doesn't come along and give me a vampire baby. This is me trying to like show you guys. You're just gonna get sick watching this. I forgot I was gonna speed it up. I was trying to like show you guys shit. It's I don't know what I'm doing. Stop trying to act like you fucking know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, bitch. But isn't that nursery stuff so cute? Like, a lot of it, if not 95% of it, at least in the crib area, is from the new pack. Like, it's so cute. Anyways, that's the end of my video. I worked very hard on it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.